Well, I was meeting with somebody this morning, and so realized that um, even though in my subject thing, I think that put in there is going to look at sections and enclosures. Actually, my meeting this morning, we talked about a couple things that I think are fairly useful. That and we did release. We had like a hot fix release of some things that did include a couple of uh, new enhancements. One of them is under app settings from administration and app settings here, where we have added in uh, when you're getting your daily summaries sent out, you can get the daily summary that's for today, or you can also get it for the past 24 hours. So that way, if you say schedule the daily report, for example, at 5 o'clock, it would include things back to 5 a.m. the previous day instead of just today. And that was an enhancement for facilities that maybe do need to get some reports in the morning. So they want to include like some overnight things and as opposed to just things that happen before 11 p.m. So that's a nice little enhancement. And something else that we have is under reports now. And this is something that we realized we needed to add, but we hadn't pushed it out yet. And that is when you go to run a report for tasks and medical treatments. So you can choose like things that are assigned to a specific section or a user. And the one enhancement, Ian, that I think that we need, and this is for a handful of facilities, is we have the entire facility. I don't know in this list when I'm running a section if this has to be listed, the section has to be listed as a daily report. So I haven't that's probably an enhancement that we need, is to be able to run by sections that are hidden. We've got a couple of facilities that have more than one location set up under one account. And so if I, for say, add a section that's like a top level, a parent level section that is hiding, let's see here, like emergency response. Let's see if I've got one here that has a daily report underneath it. Let's edit this. This is including the section. So if there we go. We'll just add one for now. Okay. So the idea is then if I go here and say this is not a daily report, right? But then, oh, gotta save that first. There we go. And I make the subsections underneath that daily reports. So the idea is that Dave's farm would be different from, say, the farm, right? Do the same thing there.
Dave, are you trying to show your screen or anything like that, or no?
Aha. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
You waited kind of a long time, I feel, Ian, to tell me that.
Well, I wasn't sure because you were like narrating, and I was like, "Are you just like telling me what you're doing?" And then you're like, "Oh, I need to save that there," and I was like, "Okay, I think yeah, now
It's
we're
a
good."
Zoom. It's a Zoom meeting. I shall probably be displaying. Now you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, so let me show you then. I'm gonna just fix a couple of these here so that they are daily reports. So I've got field 1 and then field 2. Make that a daily report. So here's the parent section, right? It's called farm. Here's another parent section called Dave's farm. So the idea that these are two different locations. And so I want to be able to assign people so that they can only see this section or they can only see, this facility or something, right? So 2 different locations. So the behavior is correct that when I click daily reports, they do not show up here, right? But down here, field 1 and field 2, the subsections do show up because I made them daily reports. So I guess I was kind of talking out loud is when I go to run a report, is if I can select a subsection that is not appearing. So let's see, it's assigned to a section. Can I assign it to Dave? Dave's farm. There we go. So the answer is yes. So I answered my own question by walking through. So even though that's a section that is hidden for Camel and Llama, now I'm just going to have to test out whether it actually is generating information then. So let's see here. See if I've got any medical reminders for field 1. And if I'm going too fast, Christy and Mike, you've been on here many times. So if I'm going too fast and you see something that you want me to slow down, just let me know. I thought I'd jump up here. Let's see, field 1. Is there no animals assigned there? Okay, so let's assign someone there. I did not add this, whatever this is. Oh, look at that. That Ian looks like it's a species of a microorganism, not a. It's kind of what I'm thinking.
Doesn't look quite right.
Well, I'm sure it's correct because I've seen stuff like that before when I enter in scientific names, but they're almost always like a virus or bacteria or something else that's they have given a scientific name to.
Right.
So that's assigned to field 1. So now I can assign a medical reminder. Let's see here. What was that, Gabby, right? So Gabby, other procedure. Annual assessment, add a reminder. I'm super curious now. Let's see. Okay, so now we have our one item. There's Gabby. Find out exactly what this is. Go check it off. Test note. Change given by, entered by. All right. So now my report. So under reports, tasks, and medical treatments, and I'll just say those going back a day, assigned to a section, assigned to Dave. Dave's, oh no, that was farm. That's where that was. There we go, farm. And then medical reminders only. Oh, and they can do completed, not completed, importance. So the completed, not completed would be useful, but we know the answer to that one. So I'm going to say generate. And there we go. So that would work. So Christy, if you're still with us, yeah, that's the way we want to set you up. I would say is set you up by facility, even if it's hidden. And of course, by hidden, I just mean that it's not a daily report itself. So sections and enclosures, so that it would look, each location could look like this, right? So there's the location and then underneath them. Let's see here. Let's see what other reports we can do that way. Animal inventory. Select a section. Okay. And select it there. We'd have taxon report. And then disposition date. Let's see. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Does it give me any other information? Oh, nope, just shows the scientific name again. I gotta know. There we go. There's images for it.
Funny looking squirrel.
All sorts of information here. So what is that, Ian? It's pop
I'm not even
quiz.
going to try and pronounce it.
There we go. Well, we can say for certain that this is not a species that's typically displayed in a zoo or aquarium intentionally.
I was just about to say, like, not intentionally.
Yes. Let me see here. I believe if I exit out of here and I go to daily reports in Asia, another thing I can show off is a way to capture fecals for a group, and you can set it up for its own form. So if I look at the template details, this is assigned to a group that I created called fecal tests. And you can see all the animals are assigned to it. Now, of course, I could do the same thing with groups, but of course, then it becomes a section measurement. So if I wanted to assign it to, let's see, since we have this Asia group data, we have counts, right? So elephants and tigers. So if we wanted to add something like these fecal things to the group, let's see here. This is assigned to the sections, elephants and tigers, which is what we want. So I'm going to click on Asia group data. And I'm going to scroll down here and create a measurement. Let's see if I've got one for fecal. I do not. So I can add a measurement. But here's the thing, I want to make sure that it matches exactly the other measurement scale. So let's see, I'm going to go to my measurement management. And I'm going to fecal results. So I've just got 2. And this one. All right, so I'm going to highlight that and fecal results and capitalize it. There we go. Group, custom level. Might be just as fast to type. So now I have a group measurement for that, and let's see. Oh, there's 5 animals using this one, so it's just other. So that makes sense because you're just putting an account, right? And that's kind of how to differentiate, is I always just type in group scores and things like that when I'm adding things. So there's fecal results group. I'll add one more. And by the way, when you're creating these templates, if you select other, that means whatever you want the unit to be, you can type it in here. So you could type in, just the word. And add instructions. And the nice thing is that, so I've got, this is called Asia group data. Oh, save. Hey, Ian, maybe make a note that when we're editing a template like that, because I navigated from the daily report and clicked on it and then made a few changes and then hit save, that we have it maybe have a save option, and then be able to go jump over to edit the goals. That way you don't have to exit out and then find it again.
Okay, so like just when it saves, thinking kick you back to or give you the option to edit goals next or something like that.
Right. Or maybe when you click on goals, since the goals tab is open when you're on that page, when you click on goals, maybe have the behavior could be just to, you know, uh, have it pop up, save first or something like that.
Okay.
Just something so it doesn't navigate away from being able to enter this in. So now I can add in my target goal, single target, each value. I want it to be 1. I want it to be negative. And then Coccidia, I believe that they had it like a certain number, right? So it was a range, and I don't remember what that range was. So I'm just going to say 0 to this is where I'm way out of my league on this one, but I'm just going to put 20. Maybe it should be lower number 5 when you're doing your counts or whatever. I know that with herds of animals that there's a kind of like a low acceptable level amongst the herd, that's not considered problematic. Save. And I'm going to pop back over here to this Asia group one. Oh, I know. Save. And here's another one that had come up recently. So if I have, let's see if I've got one for, I'll put it under administration. And Michael, this probably doesn't apply to you. You probably don't have very many public setups, so we don't have one. So we could do, I'll show you. This is going to be for administration. And I've got facilities doing something like this, so we'll set it up. So I'm doing a section template, and I'm going to call it we're going to add a couple measurements for group. There we go. So we don't have one for that. Attendance. And we'll add one more. Feed sold. Mass. And so here is where, even if you're taking all of your animal measurements in metric, here's where I can change this to US and pounds. So feed sold US pounds. Let's see here. I'm going to select feed sold pounds. Then I'm going to add a calculated measurement. So we'll call this section 1 PM feed. Add measurement. And I called that feed sold. Okay, that's interesting, Ian. So even though I selected the unit in pounds, when I'm doing the math here, it does not allow me to select. Hold on here. Okay. Sorry about that. I was just trying to do a little math here. So even though it says display unit, like the drop down, I don't have the same option to select other units there. So that might be something we need to address, Ian, is allowing for the selection of those other units if I'm allowing them over here, because then, so it's kilograms, then I'm going to have to change my math. Let's see. But that formula works. That's our only issue, is that it doesn't allow you to do that, so that they would have to do the math first. Although this is interesting. So if you know that it's going to do a conversion, Ian, are you following all this?
Yeah, I'm watching.
So even though this is feed sold, it's in pounds, when it does the formula, it's going to have to do the conversion. Hold on here. I need to edit that, because this whatever I type in here has nothing to do with a unit. This is, I can type anything I want. I could type Dave if I want to. So it's going to display it in kilograms when it does the formula. But it should work going forward in this example. Let's see. Oh, I know. I didn't assign that, did I? I missed one step. I didn't assign that to admin. All right, so I'm back on administration. Here we go. So we had 2,500 people and we sold 800. So it's going to do it in kilograms. Even if I entered in pounds, but that number should be correct, right? Yes, because it's dividing by 8, so that is correct. Well, at least the math is correct, but it's interesting how it's doing the conversions there. And Christy, does that help at all? At least in getting us started, you could actually have it done all in one place and do all the calculations here for everybody. They could put them in one place. Because I can do multiples. I can do section. Oh, here, we'll create one. Section 2 p.m. feed food. I don't know. It's called feed sold. There we go. Divided by 7. So this is sorry, as I'm concentrating here, this is there we go. And see, it's already got the math there. So it could be all in one place for everybody to see. Obviously, I need to edit these though, because this should display that it's in kilograms. So that would be an enhancement request, is that you can select the same units for your calculations as you're entering them in, since we have the option to select units. But since right now in this example, I don't have that in. Of course, the easiest way is then just to change this back to kilograms. Then it's all consistent numbers. But I know that a lot of people switch back and forth between what units they're using. And actually, what is the math formula? Kilograms to pounds. Is it just 2.2? That's straight? Or is it 2.2 with more decimals? All right. So US pounds. Add calculated measurement. Oh, add one. Feed. Sold. Where's my, there it is. 2.2. So there's two ways you could do this. One is you could do each of these formulas then, right? So if I do that, it's very quiet on here. It's almost like I'm just doing everything in my own head, but I guess everyone would be following along that's interested. So let's see. So section 1 would be in pounds. No, then we've got I'm just showing two different ways that you could accomplish the same thing, I think. So the feed sold converted to kilograms, pounds. Oh, I did that math wrong, didn't I? Other way. Somebody on here is better than math than me and missed that. Is that right? Yeah, feed sold. Okay, so it is doing, because it's already doing the conversion. So the feed sold is in pounds, and we want it to display in kilograms. I'm stuck, Ian. What am I missing here? If I entered in an 800 pounds, so it's already doing the conversion, but it's not displaying it in kilograms.
What do you mean it's not showing?
Okay, so what I was trying to force it to do, right? So I have the attendance and feed sold, that's in pounds.
Yeah.
So the system in the background is already converting it to kilograms, right? So what I was trying to do is create a way where it's doing the conversion of 800 and displaying it here, right? As to what the kilogram. Oh, wait, I know. Hold on. I just remembered basic math. Okay. It's not as hard as I thought. Okay, times 1, right? Then it'll give me the results in kilograms. I want to see the display, like if someone were to manually have to enter it in. Okay, so there we go. So 362, right? And there you see the pounds. See, there's got to be more decimals because that doesn't equal 100, does it? What's the aha, I knew it. It's not very accurate.
The 0462.
Yeah, yeah, it's your math is going to be off if you don't do. So then this one, it should be at least closer, within a thousandth, right? It is closer, still not 100.
If you go back to that conversion, Dave, try you. I think you forgot there's another two following that six, 2.20462.
Ah, it's just not displaying in the answer here, is it?
I see if that does it.
You know, it'd be so much easier if America would just make the commitment and just do the conversion. The next generation will figure it out, just the old timers. They tried that with my generation, right? It's like, oh, you guys learn it, and then the next generation, you'll be good to go. I guess probably. There we go. So, Christy, if you're following all this along, now you see systems capable of a lot. And sometimes even I have to figure it out. But this is a fun one. Oh, except I got to change the unit down here to pounds. So the units are all right. Still not quite 100.
Gotta love it.
There's more numbers. 3. How far out does it go? There's a 3 at the end there, isn't there? There's another number. I bet you it's still not going to be it, though. Got to keep going. It's messy.
I think I found it. It goes a little ways back. 2.20462262185.
Hold on. 2.20462. What was after the 2? Another 2?
Here, I just posted it in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's easier.
The chat thinks it's a phone number or something. There we go. Well, I could say that definitely people are going to want to be, fairly accurate, and it's like you're just doing math. I do like though that each time you go back that it's updating the math.
Yeah, that's nice. In case there's any mistakes.
Hold on here. Let's see. Let's see if it was updating the math. It is, and look at that. Still not there.
Very close.
Very close. Yeah, we don't have a thing that just tells it to round up, do we?
No, we don't.
Okay. Well, I think though that I'm not sure if Christy's still on here. Oh, she says she's taking notes, copious notes. Christy, this might be one where I should definitely send you the link to the recording, I think. Okay, well, that's quite a bit to cover for one day, and how you can make the system work for you and do some math. And so this was just an example of, if animals are free fed a certain amount of food, that what does it look like when you're trying to figure out like how much to feed out for the end of the day, in this scenario. So whatever the math is, you can do the math in there and have it all display at once. And of course, when you have these numbers in here, you can also end up copying. Let's see here. All right, well, maybe we'll do this one here. We'll just say it's 362. So I'm going back to my Asia group data. Oh, here's my fecal results that I just added to that. And we'll create a group measurement. Let's see if there's one for PM. There we go. PM food offer group. We already have that one. So we'll say that the unit's going to be there it is, pounds. Nope, that's not, I want that one up there. There we go. So I can enter in that number. That makes sense for elephants, maybe. That's a lot. So the math maybe is not exactly what it's going to need to be for a particular situation, but I think that is kind of what we're looking for. All right, well, I am going to wrap this up. If you haven't, please never hesitate to contact me for assistance at dave@animalcaresoftware.com. Click here to subscribe to more helpful how-to videos from Animal Care Software.